Hi, welcome to America Uncovered. I'm your host, Chris Chappell. What shape is the Earth? If you ask most people, they'll say it's round. Or if you ask a nerd, they'll say it's a sphere. Or if you ask a super nerd...
So it's not actually a sphere, it's oblate. And officially it's an oblate spheroid.
An oblate spheroid? That's ridiculous. The Earth is a time cube. But there are also some people who believe the Earth is flat. This is what's known as the flat Earth theory. In this theory, or perhaps conspiracy, the North Pole is in the center of the Earth. Antarctica is a wall of ice surrounding the edge, which is why the ocean doesn't spill over. They've really thought this through. You can't go to the edge, though, because there are NASA scientists with guns guarding the ice wall, obviously. Now, sure, the commonly used map of the flat Earth that shows the ice wall is actually taken from an accurate polar projection of the real globe, but that's purely coincidental. So what about all those photos of the Earth published by NASA? Or the existence of satellites? Or GPS navigation? Well, one believer of the flat Earth theory told Vice that they're all part of a massive conspiracy.
Well, NASA were developed for the sole purpose of lying to us. Their only purpose is to perpetuate the globe lie. Every single story that is told by NASA has the subcontext that we live on a globe.
Yes, NASA's space program is fake. It's cheaper to staff 50,000 miles of ice wall with armed guards. So how many people believe in the flat Earth's conspiracy? It's hard to know. It caught my attention 3 years ago when rapper B.o.B tweeted about it. And then got into a Twitter fight with astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. And then B.o.B released a diss track about Tyson. And then he started a GoFundMe page to raise $1 million to prove the Earth is flat. Good luck reaching your goal. But B.o.B is just one of hundreds, maybe tens of thousands of people who question the round Earth conspiracy, or as I would call it, the conspiracy theory.
But for the people attending the first Flat Earth International Conference here in Cary, North Carolina, their Earth is indisputably not round.
But people have believed the Earth is round for thousands of years. The Greek philosophers knew about it, and in 200 BC, the mathematician Aristophanes actually estimated Earth's circumference by measuring shadows during the summer solstice in cities at 2 different latitudes. He actually made a pretty close estimate, within a few thousand miles. Even Christopher Columbus never set out to prove the Earth was round. The King of Spain who financed his trip already knew the Earth was round. Columbus just thought it might be small enough that he could sail directly to Asia by crossing the Atlantic. It turned out Columbus was wrong. He was also a jerk who tortured Indians by cutting off their hands for not bringing him enough gold. Anyway, the modern flat Earth theory has its roots in the 19th century. But it didn't really get big until after 2004, when a guy named Daniel Shenton started the Flat Earth Society webpage. And then the internet, well, people love spreading things on the internet. But the biggest problem with the flat Earth theory isn't that it accuses NASA of being a conspiracy, or that it has no way to explain common phenomena like lunar eclipses. The biggest problem is that the flat Earth theory is being used as a weapon to make all non-mainstream theories look ludicrous. Here's President Obama talking about climate change.
But I don't have much patience for anyone who denies that this challenge is real. We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
In his view, anyone who doesn't agree that climate change is both man-made and an imminent threat is as dumb as a flat earther. Even though in reality, there is significant scientific debate about climate change. Not so much about whether the Earth's climate changes over time. Geological data makes a strong case for that. But there is debate over how much of climate change is man-made versus natural, and how imminent the threat is. And it's important for us to look at the data scientifically and to ask rigorous questions, because only when we can openly debate ideas can we make good policy. For example, should we spend tax dollars to build seawalls? And should we risk building nuclear plants because they don't emit carbon? These are debates we ought to have, but based on science, not ideology. And it's dangerous when people shut down debates they don't like as being like the flat Earth theory. In fact, there are some people who believe that the flat Earth idea isn't just a misguided theory or a troll, but in fact is an intentional disinformation campaign. the goal being to confuse people and get them to dismiss all conspiracies and hard-to-explain phenomena. The fact is, some so-called conspiracy theories have turned out to be real. Like how a lot of tinfoil hat types believed the U.S. government was spying on all their phone conversations and emails. And then in 2013, the Edward Snowden leak revealed the NSA's PRISM program. It showed that the U.S. government had, in fact, been spying on us. The NSA had forced Facebook, Google, Microsoft, and others to give them direct access to its users' information. And a secret FISA court order had forced the U.S.'s 3 largest phone companies to provide the NSA with metadata for all phone calls, including ones made between U.S. citizens. Another example of a true conspiracy is the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. The U.S. Public Health Service intentionally withheld a cure for syphilis from African American patients so they could study the disease's effects on their health. The shocking result? Syphilis gets really, really bad when you withhold the cure from people. But that conspiracy wasn't exposed until 25 years after the experiment was completed. And there's all sorts of conspiracy theories about the CIA, like how they funded Contra rebels in Nicaragua in the 1980s. That one is completely true. Other conspiracy theories are perhaps less likely to be true. But that doesn't mean we should dismiss all conspiracy theories as being not worth looking into. So even though I personally believe that the Earth is round, or possibly a time cube, that doesn't mean we should stop questioning official narratives. In some cases, the official narrative is true. In other cases, it's not. Some theories are backed by decades of evidence, and others are backed only by turtles all the way down. And before you go, this episode has been sponsored by MOVA globes. They're part of the conspiracy. So, on the plus side, they're extremely cool globes. There's this design, plus a bunch of other colors, as well as the moon and other planets. They rotate on their own, no batteries or cords. They're powered simply by ambient light. Or so they want you to believe. And the best part is, MOVA will be giving away one of these amazing 4.5-inch globes to one of you. Click the link below for a chance to win. And for everyone else, MOVA is providing a 15% off promo code for America Uncovered fans. So really, you're all winners. Obviously not as much as the person who wins the free globe, but still. So, click the link below. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching America Uncovered.